Hey guys, this is your friend Rhino272 coming at you. I've had a few people ask me about my workflow when I go to make convert a mech from a MWO asset into a 3D printing model, and I decided I'd make up a series of videos showing you guys. I'm going to try to keep them somewhat interesting, but there will just so you know there will be some periods of silence when I'm working, and you can just follow along with me on the screen. Starting off with, I'm using Maya 2015 as my modeling software. I'll also be bringing up a few other programs just so that in my process here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. First thing what you got to do is you got to determine which mech you want to do. Now, for our purposes here, I chose to go with one of my favorite mediums, the Enforcer. Particularly, we're going to be working on the 4 Romeo today. Now, if you folks have followed the uh, the tutorial on how to export assets from MWO into 3D models, then you'll know where we're going from here. However, if you haven't, I'll go ahead and leave a link in the notes section here so you can follow along with that as far as for getting your base elements out. Now, one of the first things you need to do with you start with any modeling project is you want source images. You want to know how the thing looks because here's why. All right, I'm going to go ahead and show you right here. And let's switch to a detail view here. The right here, 132 items are listed here. These are all the possible configurations that can go with the Enforcer 50-ton battle mech. Now, and here is what happens when, let's say you're probably thinking, why can't I just grab the assets and throw them into the modeling program themselves? Well, let's go ahead and I'll show you what happens here. Okay, we're going to need a center torso, pelvis rear, center torso rear. The They call it res. It's a little bull bar that's on the face. All right, you got your twist, cockpit, our clavicle, our forearm. Left arm has a laser. So let's see here, laser EH1. Now, just when you see this where it says like EH1, EH2, EH3, that's the position that it is on that particular item, part of the model. Oh, we're also going to need the blanks. And let's see. Oops. And scrolling down here. So we got our left arm taken care of here. We need the upper arm. Let's see. Left leg, calf, the foot, the hip, talons, pinkies. Those are on the feet. The thigh, the toe. Now we're going into the left torso. Left torso has a laser. The rear. Okay, now right arm, clavicle, forearm, AC10. Scrolling down, upper arm. And we're now going to the right leg. And now the right torso rear. All right. So now we have all these selected. Now we're going to bring up our modeling program. Switch focus back to here. Boom. All right, we're going to bring these all in. These 35 items. And okay, your mech's here. It's all done. Happy printing. As you can see, it does not bring it out in one nice cohesive model. It does do it to an extent for certain sub-assemblies. For example, here we go. I'll show you. Okay, get rid of all these. You guys go away. And you too. And you. And you. Also, one caveat. I'm not saying that my way is the proper or correct or perfect way. I'm just saying this is the way I work. Your method may be different. So So there, I guess you could say there's no right or wrong way as far as it's just what works for you. Or I would never not say there's no right or wrong way. Others may correct me on that. All right. So all right. So that leaves us with just our torso. Now the torso does come out nice and as it should be. So you got our front torso, the rear, our sides, and including our little laser here, small laser. Now, after that, what's always a good idea is to then select it all and group it. Now we're just going to slide this over to the side here, and let's bring in one of the arms. We'll bring in the right arm. Where's it? AC10. There it is. And boom. Oh, we're missing something here. We are missing the upper arm. Oh wait, no, the upper arm's there. But even then, like, and then you can go away. We don't need you. What are we missing here? Ah, the blank. All right, so we bring this up into here. I'm going to switch to a different side view so we can get better. Oh, and just for the record, I am not a professional 3D modeler. I'm just someone who's been working with it and on my own. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. Again, whatever works for you is the main thing. All right, so we've got our switch to second here, and we're gonna set our normals to the face so that you can actually see what we're doing here. All right, so and now this is one of the examples of why it's important to if you to have source images as far as this is the upper arm here, but we're not sure exactly which way it's supposed to be positioned. I mean, basically, as you can see here, you've got a front and one front side's front, one side's back. Well, what we do is we just take a quick peek at our source images here, and it looks like the hanging part of the armor is in the front, so that's a good thing. Why it's a good thing, I don't know. It just felt like it's something that needed to be said. So we'll go ahead and rotate this 90 degrees, and boom. All right, and we're going to take this whole piece, group it, and because right now it's upside down, we're going to set it right side up. Say negative 270 for. Damn it. There we go. Boom, 180. All right, now we're going to marry this up to here with right there in the elbow joint. We're going to be coming back to this because this is just the first part of the fun. It also gets more fun when we start actually engineering our articulation points. Okay, and so let me go ahead and take the torso here, and we're going to center our pivot. And I don't know about you guys, but whenever I hear say the word pivot, I think that one old Friends episode when they're helping Ross move and just that. All right. So, let's see, we want this to be the front. So 180. Boom. And we're going to rotate this too. 90 degrees. Boom. Okay. So slide this out the way. All right, so we got our right arm roughed out. We got our center torso. Now here's the problem. Okay, you may be thinking, okay, good, good, good. We got it all set. We can go ahead and set that piece for printing. Well, here's the thing: is it's not so easy. All right, we're going to go ahead and export this particular the center torso here. Export selection, and this is all my my files. All right, and we'll call this one torso test. Yes, I want to overwrite it. All right, opening up our folder here. Wait, where did I save it to? Excuse me 1 second. We'll just go ahead. We'll just go and export selection. Okay, yeah, so it should be right here in the file. But I am not seeing it. All right, let's call it something else then. So we'll call it torso test 2. Test 2. Boom. Okay. There we are. Oh. Okay, so oops. Wrong item. All right, now here's something that's kind of cool. Yes, I know. Go away. Is that when you in Windows 10, it actually does come with a nifty little 3D program called 3D Builder. I would think so. Either you can get it as a free app, one of the two. And this is handy for as far as for the modeling aspect. Is you bring your piece in, you click on import, and it says, "Oh, wait, there's stuff that needs to be repaired." And we're repaired. Now, actually, this did work out for us sometimes. However, we do have some little goofiness going on right here at the by the cockpit. It made because you'll see here, see how you can see right through there. But if you look at our original model, we go zoom in here, and it's all solid. So for some reason, it felt that this right here, this area needed to go away. So now, for those of you who are new to 3D printing, your prints are supposed to be what's considered manifold or watertight. Basically, that there's no huge gaps in between them. So because there is I do see a gap right here. There may be that may be the cause of removing that area. Still, not as far as things go, not the worst. So we can work with that. So we go ahead and we've got our oops. Actually, now have our piece has been tested out as far as for being manifold. It's been repaired. Sometimes when you repair, it will actually close in holes, and you have to go back and redo it. Figure out a way to work around it. So we're going to save this. That's torso test 2. And we're going to go back here to our. Now let's go ahead and. Actually, earlier today, I did test this out as I have my torso here, so it's all one piece. We're going to make this guy go away. Actually, boop, you die. All right, and Rotate this 90 degrees. Boom. All right, so now looking in here, we have, it's not, as you can see, it's not fully, it's not like nice little tube going through here. Don't really need to worry about that too much because the way what we're going to do is going to slip back over here and pull in the clavicle, which, um, where'd it go? Come on. There it is. This is our clavicle for, and I mean, as you know, if you know basic anatomy, you know that's essentially your collarbone. So we got one a left and a right. All right, let's go ahead and rotate that. Now this will actually fit right up into our torso. So we're going to fix our normals. Again, you know, you guys may be using a different modeling program, and so some of these items that I do may or may not work for you. If you need an idea for a good free modeling program, which I've never used or I don't use really that often, is Blender. It's a great program. I'm more familiar and comfortable with using Maya, which is why I'm using that for this. So, all right, so we've got our clavicle here. Let's go ahead and use that to plug up the hole. So, go ahead and center our pivot. And do, do, do. See, I just, damn it. Okay. All right. Also, if you can work in ortho as much as you know, it's best. Here's the thing: perspective. It's great for letting you kind of dolly around, but as far as when it comes to actually being as accurate as possible, ortho is the way to go. And now let's go back to our source image here. Yeah, switch that one. Uh, all right. Damn it. Now some of these were, like for example, this one right here. These ones in white. I actually used MWO to help with the get the source the source images. All right, so it looks like the clavicle sticks out about halfway over this little part right here. So we know about how far to go out. We can go out. All right, and make you go away, cause so we'll bring you in just a hair. That looks about good. All right, and now I'm gonna grab some lines here. this way. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so just do something real quick here. Just the pardon me. We're gonna. Oh, I see what we're doing. I see what's going on here. Had another piece. Pardon me. All right, mesh fill hole. This may or may not work. I don't know. It doesn't look like it's going to work the way I want it to. All right, so we'll just. All right, let's set that back down to 0. Boom, we're back where we are. All right, so we're going to go ahead and extrude this in. That should be pretty good right before we start colliding with other geometry. Yeah, for some reason, well, the thing is, well, the problem that I've run into, I myself have run into with converting the models is they can get away with a lot of stuff in the computer game that when we're trying to do it in real world, as far as we're making an actual articulated item, you got to work around. So, what I'm going to do here is we're going to, once again, go back to object mode. And just to see if this works, file, export selection. That's not what I'm wanting. We're going to call it torso test 2 again. And we're going to open it up over here in our 3D Builder program. Torso test 2. All right, import it. And hey, all right, it worked. What do you know? I was so afraid that it would seal up this spot right here, the clavicle. So it's good little test here. All right, so we know that's going to work. So what we're going to do is here is Shift D. Let's see, where's our, okay. Gonna move our pivot point over here and scale -1. Boom, we have the same on both sides. So that's good for that. All right, moving on. Let's go ahead and start working on the arms. All right, now, as far as a way to connect the arms into, actually, let me go ahead and hide the torso. So, because we're probably going to have to, because I'm going to be switching to a wireframe, and that's kind of hard to really make through as far as what we're going to be doing. So we're going to switch to, we're going to hide our torso. So, and what we're going to do is purpose of this. We've already made it into a guy. All right. So we're going to move our pivot point to all right. Let's take a look here real quick. All right. So the way it looks like most of the this ball joint will actually go into the clavicle. So say right about like that. All right. So now that runs into the problem of boom, we've got all this extra space here. So what we're going to do is F10. Get rid of some of these. Okay. And F8 right here. Now we're going to extrude this face right here. Okay. And looks like we may be just a tad on the small side, so we're going to select all these faces. And we're going to scale up a little bit. Because the thing is you want your tolerance to be pretty as tight as possible, but you also see. Here's the tough part, as far as that I've found, is making that sweet spot with the tolerance. As far as do you make it so tight, you make it tighter than you need to be, and excuse me one sec here. So that when the thing is like, because if you make it tighter than you need to be, then obviously the piece won't fit, and then you have to spend some time sanding it down. However, you could always, if you make it too loose, though, then it's going to sit in there snugly, and then you're going to have to build it up with some tape. Which there's nothing wrong with that, but if you can get it right from the get go, when you had nice, good, tight tolerance, and Check my time. How long have we been recording? Okay, wow, that's gone half an hour already. Damn. How time flies. Okay. All right. Let's see here. I think what I'm going to do is just going to stop right here. I'll get this posted up to YouTube, and then I'll start working on the next one. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you later.